has gone to proportions that I did not believe it could.
What'd you have? A lot of turkey?
It was a lot of lasagna, a
Oh,
lot, a lot of lasagna.
that's like a time bomb, right?
Yeah, man, because of the cheese and all that.
Yeah, it hits you later on too. It's so
A,
good
a
going down.
lot of pork, a lot of pork. With that fat, that oil, man, dripping off the grease, man.
Yeah.
A lot of rice. A little bit of turkey, man. I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about turkey.
Yeah, there are better things to eat on Thanksgiving than turkey.
Yeah, I don't know. I still don't understand that, man. Still, truth be told, I do not understand it. Cause it's dry, man. This shit is not good.
Yeah, you gotta put the gravy, you need mashed potatoes, you gotta doll it up, but there's better stuff.
The shit is not good. All right.
Boring.
Um, I didn't. Looks like we didn't miss much. Taking a look at some things here this morning here before I kick it back over to Jesus. The only interesting thing I really saw this morning was the shop upgrade, or wasn't really an upgrade here, but everybody's talking about the Cyber Monday stuff. So most of those retail names are pretty much kind of gapping up today. So the shop is kind of gapping up pretty good here. And if you take a look at the Melly here, it's looking to open up higher than where it closed on Friday. And if you take a look at
Melly had
Amazon,
big numbers, right? From Black
Melly had some
Friday.
big numbers, man. Melly had some big numbers, as to be expected. They washed out everybody again, and then you remember we saw that big buyer at 1450,
Yep.
and now the guy's looking at $100 up. He doubled, tripled, if that. You know,
Jeez.
he fucking smoked it, absolutely smoked it. So you see some of these big orders come in, and you want to follow them, but it's just like sometimes you just don't. Sometimes I get really upset at myself for
Yeah. You know what it is? It's like depending on the spot. Like at the Melly, I remember it because it already had moved a little bit, and you kind of had to chase it. He didn't mind chasing it, obviously. The player who swept those calls, but do you get a pullback? Do you chase it here? Kind of an in between spot of what you should do. Whether you should just chase it or wait. And you know what it is? When you wait, you almost never buy it. It seems right. Almost never.
exactly. Exactly. So other than that, those are pretty much all that I really see this morning. Oil is in discussion here this morning. I think there's an oil inventory number coming out as well. If you take a look at a firm here, you got a decent gap up here on a firm. This thing is pretty juicy. Also, the gold is gapping higher here. If you look at, we'll take a look at crypto here for a second. If you take a look at crypto here, we are trading at around 36.8. BTC has really been fluctuating with a 1,000 point range here for the last couple of days. So we go from 36.5 to 37.5, 38. Last night over Thanksgiving here, we hit about 38.5. I think they're getting a lot of people long up here. A lot of people, like if you look at this thing, if the body floor breaks at, let's say, 36 or 35 or something like that, I like it for a decent short. But I don't like this thing for a short going all the way down to 25 or anything like that crazy that people are talking about. The fact that but they're going after Binance CEO here, and they're kind of setting the stage for the American crypto movement to happen versus the overseas crypto movement, which has technically been illegal this whole time around,
Yeah.
from a U.S. perspective. So,
And what's the story with the ETF?
I don't know. I don't know what the latest is on that BTC ETF, but it's coming. It's coming. It's fucking
Yeah.
coming. So, anyways, that's a story here for BTC. I'll kick it over here to Wall Street Jesus for your morning recap here.
Yeah. So we come into a weekend. We're at still in the holiday season here, right? A lot of times, no matter you don't get that headline, that major catalyst. You get quiet time, but at the same time, volume liquidity can be on the lighter side. And if something sneaks in, some negative news or positive news, things can overreact in whatever direction. But without it, you're going, especially like after that morning excitement, there's going to be a lot of dull time out there. So you got to be aware of that. because what you see initially off the open doesn't last throughout the whole day, especially in this kind of climate. But other than that, I would say we are at a spot. This is what we've been talking about recently, where we likely see a breather in the stuff that led us to this point. Right. So the major indexes, the mega cap names, we likely see them slow down. Now, the bullish scenario from here probably is a rotation of some sort into laggards, small caps, again, stuff that didn't fully participate. The bearish case would be, in my opinion, just some digestion, some consolidation here. A couple things, right? I'm not to get too wonky, but you heard us talk about this DeMark exhaustion signal, right? And, I know, Lucci, you're aware of it. The upside Niners, right? And
Yeah.
downside Niners. So here on ES, here's a chart on ES so you guys can see where we stand here. We printed an upside Niner in simple English, just get an exhaustion signal where a lot of times we see the market have a tendency to that trend to show some signs of exhaustion, right? And you can see here we're starting to see momentum slow a little bit. It doesn't mean the end of the world, just means that upside momentum pressure tends to slow down in a decent way. And then you got other things that were behind this rally sort of fading off. The systematic fund flows, they were a big buyers in this, to set this rally off. They are now, slowed down significantly. Some models still have them on the buy side, but most, like Goldman, has them kind of flat right here in a flat tape, neutral. So you lose that pressure. So a lot of the big things that went into the squeeze are kind of fading away. And now you probably see more of a stock pickers market, and that's the bullish case more than anything else. So we'll see. And that's nothing, that's not a bad thing at this point in the rally into what's usually a quiet holiday time of year. So something to keep an eye on. But other than that, again, nothing too significant on the bull or bear side here.
Alrighty. 7 minutes left here till open here. Update on where I've been at. I've been getting absolutely fucking smoked lately. I'm throwing in some new cash into the account. What can I say, man? There's nothing much I can say besides the fact that every turn I'm aggressively shorting, and that's where all the problems have been happening. Probably the whole year. In fact, I would even venture to say probably for the last 2 years, the bulk of all my losses has been on shooting heavy for a short spot that just is not there. And time of reckoning always comes around for all of us until we sit up and wake up. Yo, Jesus, man, there was a kid in the office. His name is Eric. His name is Eric Nieves, and he was a ex army guy. Well, not ex. He was kind of still. Um, what is the word when you're still employed by the army? What's the word? He was still serving.
Yes.
I guess you would say.
Well, I guess, but I know what you're talking about. Anyway, go ahead.
And the kid had so much discipline, man. It was a sight to see, bro. He was an inspiration.
Those guys are machines, right?
Machines, bro. And he had a really fucked up childhood. Didn't really come from much. And yesterday morning, he fucking died in a car accident, man.
What?
Fucking died in a
I
car
thought this
accident.
was going to be a good story here.
I mean,
it's a car accident. What, just out driving by himself?
Out driving, coming home from celebrating, and the kid sat right over there, man. He was just starting his trading trajectory, man. You know what I mean?
Are you kidding me? How
made
old?
made 27 years old, man. Made several seven figures, or sorry, several six, and like he was starting to kind of create his course material and all this kind of stuff because he was more of a mental discipline guy. He was more of that guy. So that was going to be his approach. And
he died in a car accident?
Yesterday morning, man.
Jesus, how bad accident? I mean, gee.
I mean, he was going home. Supposedly lost control of the car, ended up on the other side of the highway, and
Oh,
somebody just plowed right into him. Of course, he didn't have his seatbelt on,
yeah.
and it's
It
like
goes to show you, right? Life like this,
it's
everything can be going good, and you never
you know
know
what I'm
that.
saying.
God
So
damn.
even if the shit is bad, which it is for me currently, it's like, what is it?
Yeah, it's
You
only money. It means nothing, right? You're not, if you don't have your health, God forbid, or something, you never know when your time is up. In reality, it's not that important. That can be fixed. All that shit we complain about on a day-to-day basis, we whine about, all that can be, fixed. Those problems can be solved. Um, but you never know. Like he obviously, this poor kid didn't know his time. He probably is happier than a pig in shit. His life getting in order after a rough childhood and all, and then just
dude.
driving, right? Least expected, and I can't believe it, man. He died. Jesus Christ. That's a sad story.
Yeah, man. And again, like I'm on the plane coming back last night, and I'm just like, fuck. It's just difficult to kind of put it all in perspective.
Oh
But
yeah.
and then you really think about it, and we got 4 minutes here to the open here. I'm not trying to mess your vibe here off the open or whatever, but you really get down to it. There's that fine line of how people deal with the negative shit that's going on in their life, right? I mean, it's like you got so many things going, let's just say, against you, where you're in a time where you feel like, Jesus, how the fuck did I get here, and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And you push that line enough, some people can't take it, and you know what I mean, they'd rather be dead. Which is crazy.
Crazy.
But then on
Crazy.
the other aspect of it, you have somebody who's so filled with life, and they want all the life. They want every piece of life. They want every experience. They want to
They
feel
want to live
everything.
forever. Yeah.
So positive, and boom, in a moment's notice, that's it. Gone. Fucking gone.
Life's crazy, man. Life's crazy. It's nuts. It's just
You know,
absolutely nuts.
and we never think about the shit that
No.
is gonna happen to us in the middle of the driving home. You never do.
Especially when things are going good in your life, like you're not looking for that, right? That's the last thing you're looking for. You're happier than. It's just that's a sad story. That's a
Yeah,
sad
man.
story. But like you said, it puts things in perspective. You know?
Absolutely, absolutely, and there were so many good things that he shared with the crew here. He loved the office, bro. The kid loved the office, bro. He would be here at fucking 4. You know how disciplined these army motherfuckers
Yeah,
are.
man.
This dude would get up at 3. He'd be at the office by 4. He'd freaking, him and his boy would meditate. They would go to the gym, shower. He'd go play beach tennis with me, shower again. He'd be
Yeah.
sitting down. He'd be done trading by like 4 in the morning because his moves were Forex and gold, man. So he was done
Mhm.
trading at 4 in the morning, and he was working on other shit.
Yeah, like you said, he had a rough childhood, and then being in the army. What you guys are doing, like you lose appreciation for it too. It must have been heaven for him, right?
Yeah, he
Like
was. It was, it was
tennis,
literally
beach tennis,
he
and
fuck
trading for a
he
living. Jesus.
he was him and his boy were creating a new program for working on the mental, and he was just super on it, man.
Crazy. It's car accident
And
too. I
yeah,
think that's
man.
what's his name? Ray Dalio. I think lost his son that way, right? In a car accident. A lot of these
Oh yeah, man. Yeah,
nuts.
wild. Anyways, guys, refocusing here. We got a minute to the open. Remember where you at. Don't let my words here get you down or get you too pensive here. Remember what you're doing today. And your goal today is to extract some dollars here out of the market. I won't be trading here. I'm sending some cash into the account, but I am going to be watching everything with you guys today. Let's get it. Let's get it. Call it up, and let's see what happens here. Spy tried to pull back off the open, and then, if as you can see, we're right back up to 455 on Spy. We've been in this range for several days now. 455 on Spy. Watch the rotations here. See if you got anything. Snap was really bullish Friday and traded up to about 12 and a half. And you got the pins here. It's trading back up to 32. I wouldn't go for too much. Check out the Affirm and the shop. Let's focus on these here off the open. By the way, the Spotify is almost at fresh 52-week highs after shaking so many people out after the earnings call. Amazing move there.
Look at this market squeezing right off the open.
Absolutely. I forgot about that Netflix. Yeah, Netflix here is kind of stuck in range here. Take a look at the Nvidia here, 480 here, and then hopefully Jesus will kick us out with some flow. We'll see what happens on his side.
Nvidia looks like a little put action now. Let me see.
GP Raver's talking about the silver. Yeah, silver and gold here got a gap up. We'll see what's going on with those. I've been watching that CVX a little bit at that 145 area. Hasn't really gone yet, but you get a good number out of oil here. This CVX is going to run 5 points. Just throwing that on the radar.
Yeah, there's a little Nvidia put flow. Nothing huge, but yeah, I'll post it.
Let me pull up the shop here. Shop faded the gap up. FYI, let's take a look at the Melly here. Melly's up another 20 because this thing doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, Goldman posted a note too this morning. I didn't get a chance to read it. But
I saw it. They were talking about some of the Black Friday numbers and just how good it was going on.
How insane, right? It's fucking Melly. I mean, the numbers are that strong. What do they do exactly? Are they're like a Shopify?
Yeah, it's just of South America. Is that where is that 32 and change here? Pinterest is interesting. I mean, I got this shit in my daughter's account, so I got her whole account. Fucking Pinterest.
Whole account in it.
Let me check. Let me check what's going on here.
A little Google.
Let me check what's going on here.
What are those Bitcoin miners doing today? They were hot as a pistol late last week. They're down today, all of them? Yeah, right? Coin. They're all upside Niners there, too. Niners all over the yard. Niners.
Spy, nice fade all over the yard for the Niners on the top side. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the stronger stuff.
Yeah.
That led this rally. They just every single one. You got Google. I looked at Google because there's some bull flow there. I think that's an upside Niner.
Guys, if you don't believe in the sell here on this program down here, that keep taking a look at longs here. Pinterest here is trading 32.5. Do you see any flow? How's the what do the lines look on the Pinterest there off the open? Yeah.
There was a little bit of action last week, I remember, in Pinterest, but let's see here. Pins, really light. You got 175 contracts, May 29th. They do look bought.
So it's nothing, huh?
But really light action there.
And guys, by the way, it's one of the perks here of the Steam Room here. You can kind of just ping Jesus and just ask him what the lines look, and he'll send out that graphic here he's got in the middle of your screen there. And that basically just gives a list of all the options here and what percentage are going off on the bid and the ask. It's just a lot of data that you can get access to inside the room.
See this PLTR has already started cooling off. So you may keep an eye on any if they come in rapid fire for a dip buy there at some point if you're interested.
Yeah, PLTR is starting to sell off. If you notice, Netflix here dumped it. Amazon here is still green. Google here is still green. You got certain FANG names here still green while others are selling. Again, enough to give you guys a trade idea here. I'm not sure. Yeah. For anybody who's shorting, just be careful. Just be careful. And And then once if SPY starts to hold here, usually what we see is a bounce back somewhere to towards the highs. Eric is saying, could you give me some info on NNDM? NNDM. What is this?
NDM, what is that? That sounds
It's a
familiar.
penny. It's a
Oh, that's that
nano.
3D printing thing, right? Yeah. That thing is just a speculative piece of
Yeah, this thing looks
shit.
like a pen. This looks like a penny stock, man.
Yeah. You're playing that strictly squeeze at this point. That thing is,
Those of you guys who are trading small caps, remember this is not exactly a small cap world. However, we do watch them. Of course, we do
yeah.
watch them.
And there will be a time, right? I mean, nothing lasts forever. There will be a time where the small caps get hot again. It's
Yeah.
just right now,
Yeah.
it's been about all the biggest of the biggest.
Yeah, for example, that SHOT, which is a name that everybody was trading last week on the small cap side, that faded off from 7.5 finally, popped up to about 4.25 here this morning. Here now fading off. SPY here is still looking weak. If you look at Meta here, Netflix, Tesla, they've all kind of faded. Tesla here is now on the weak side. Would I short it? Nope, not yet. Airbnb has been interestingly weak during this whole kind of rally.
Yeah,
You
didn't
know,
have that big squeeze, right? At all. Just
yeah.
kind
Would I short it again? No.
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 Anything in particular you're looking for? Are you just looking for momentum, sustained momentum on the downside, or what are you looking for on the short side before you become interested?
In this case, with this market, bro,
Yeah, I know, right?
at
You
this
need to
point,
see
bro,
that and
there's so
more.
much,
Whatever you're
there's
looking
so much pain here. I'm not even. I don't even have the. I don't even. I don't even know how to answer that question.
for. I
There's
know, it's
just there's too
tough.
much pain to work through.
I told you Chanos folded up shop, right?
Did he? Chanos went to private. He went to
Yeah,
he went to wealth. He went to family office, right?
something like that. But he closed the fund that he had, the short
He
fund.
closed the fund.
Yeah. So I mean,
Closed the
that's
fund.
probably the best in the game, right on the short side. And I told you, I used to hear stories from that guy, nightmares you would have
Yeah.
trading that
Yeah.
book.
By the way, if you're looking for a stock to go up and only go up, it's Melly, Mercado Libre.
Man, what a beast!
Jose is saying there's some money flowing into banks. If you take a look at Goldman Sachs, it was down about 2 points here off the open, and now green. Bank of America here is kind of green here, but again, is there anything going on? No. Let's take a look back at that pins here again. Just kind of a fluke move up. If you look at the Snapchat here, 12.5. Think is talking about Uber and DKNG. These are two names here that are continuing to go.
Yeah,
Again,
Uber has been exceptional.
as long as the market holds, guys, there's room and space for names to keep going higher. That's just the way it is.
BBAR, what is it? That name? Oh, another Argentina stock, small cap, BBAR. Got a little Apple protection weeklies.
And if you notice, SPY couldn't break down, and here's your roll up. This happens every day. A firm is at 29. Take a look at this thing.
So, you know what's crazy? I forgot. That's what I wanted to tell you this morning. Supposedly, this holiday season, you know what was the big hot topic? The
Which
buy
one?
now, pay later. Everybody
Buy now,
utilizing
pay
that feature.
later.
Everybody's
and
paying out buy now, pay later.
And that's a firm.
That's a firm, yeah.
Oh.
By the way, shop, you got some weekly 73 calls getting some attention in shop. Weekly 73 calls.
Yeah, if you look at shop here, kind of came back, and all they have to see is the market not continuing to sell, and they'll bid these things back up. Keep an eye on shop, man. 73 calls, I like those, and you got some flow there too. You got two spots there too, so that popped up on the Momo scanner. Remember, as you're looking at your screen, you look at the right, and we have an on the radar Momo scanner for Shopify here. We get another order here that hits on Shopify. chances are that's looking pretty good. Reference price here is 72.73. I already like it. So as long as the SPY doesn't tank,
Yeah, shop another name that's been just strong throughout this thing. You're into resistance here. This is the tough part with a lot of these names. Again, not for I'm talking about just in general swing trade wise. You're running into spots where it's not going to be that easy.
yeah, that AMD also is back to recent range highs. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Melly is up 43 points now. So you have the flow here or the momentum here going to Melly and the Shopify. See if you can get a dip on the Shopify. See if you can get a dip on the Shopify.
The numbers are just insane. The numbers now. How can it be that good? Holy shit.
I like the shop. If I was to trade something today, I'd shoot on that Shopify.
Would you wait for a poll or you just buy it here?
Hey, start now, and then wait for 72.25 or something like that to add. As long as market does not,
Right, the market hangs in there. Yeah.
as long as market does not tank, which I highly
The
doubt.
market shouldn't tank. You might get a little more of a fade, but shouldn't be in tankage mode. A firm. You see, these are momentum players flocking to the hot names right now. Look at a firm at the highs up $3. What a rip! You got some chasers in the firm here into the strength. IWM selling off. So much for the small cap rotation. Rat bastards.
Yeah, I would start going after a little bit of the shop here. Let's see if we get another order here on that shop. Call out if you get another order there on the Shopify.
Let's see the affirm action. That's hot as well.
Melly is now up 50 points, and SPY looks good. So I'd throw out your long there on Shopify. Stop out 72.
Here are those affirm lines. APO. We've seen some quality action in this name. Apollo, Apple, Peter, Oscar. These are December monthlies. Let me see if any roll in there. This is the name they started buying into the correction, actually. You guys know Apollo, the asset manager. So that's opening activity, repeat activity, December 95s in Apollo. Oh, let me put Squawk up here. Why Squawk so? Oh, no wonder. Hold on, I gotta adjust this. There we go. Another stronger name. This is pre-earnings. PDD. That's the China Shopify. Peter David. They're buying a little weakness there again. Pre-earnings on that PDD. Definitely the strongest China name, I would say.
John Smith is short shop. Nice, good for
There
you,
you
man.
go.
And we'll
Too
see how.
contrarian at heart. Things got a little quiet here now.
Check out shop at highs.
We're 15 minutes here to the top of the hour. We're going to get some home sales data. New home sales for the month of October expected to fall just under 5% to 723,000.
That's coming up at 10 o'clock. Housing numbers. Tesla, a little put action I'm seeing.
We call the
Scoop
September
up.
metrics. We saw home sales down about 12%. The supply on a seasonally adjusted basis fell to 6.9 months from 7.8.
Yeah, Tesla here, fresh lows. But again, you know, Meta's here back to look at Amazon here, back to up a point and a half. Again, shop here broke 73, just broke 73. Again, there was your dip buy. I think you hold till pre-market highs as long as market can't sell. If market can't sell, this thing goes higher. Melly is fucking up 50 points. It's ridiculous. Jesus, can you drop the shop lines there too?
Yep. Luke, even if you, let's say, tailed the Melly order, you think you would have held even a piece at this point?
I mean, asking that question,
that's all, I think our biggest problem anyway. Even when we get it right,
I don't think I would have held it here. You know,
right?
John Smith, I thought you were already short, bro. Now you're waiting. Anyways, pop here on that shop. Anybody who took it here, you know, your first level here, you could probably take some off here and hold here for 73 and 40 here, which is a pre-market highs. You might even get more than that. Jesus just dropped the lines here. I'll go ahead and zero in on them so you guys can see them. Yeah, let's take a look at these here. So most here, 84% on the let's see, ask here. $70 calls here for December, 94%, but again, not that much volume here. The most volume is on the 73 calls for this expiration.
That's one of those are the ones they were sweeping off the open, right?
Yep.
I think that was the one.
Most of them are on the ass here, and that's where they've been sweeping them there. John Smith's been short and shop for a few days now. I'm sure it's not too, doesn't feel too good, but.
Meta, a little put action. Is that weak? That's not that weak. Yeah, down a little. Get a little meta protection, light protection. We'll see if these big guys as a whole start to underperform, because that's what we should see. But what we should see and do see, two completely different things. Let's see if this one. Why is this not pulling up? Oh, there it is.
Fresh highs there on the Shopify.
Nice call out, Luke.
And then again, as you can see here, Shop Spy here is now in a range and doesn't want to sell. So, you know.
Yeah, and it's already looking like things are quieting down. You believe this shit?
Right. So they'll just target names that, they just want to buy. And that's it. There's just more or less your day trade there for the day on the Shopify. What do you got over there, Chris?
I had the Netflix and I sold some decent money. I got out for
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's probably something, I know not a lot of us like to trade that way, but if you're considering the short, you might want to pair it up initially. You know what I mean? Get long a little bit of the strong stuff, the money going into, and then short the name you're targeting on the weaker side. Kind of hedge yourself a bit. This is PDD, pre-earnings. There are some of the early volume alerts. Literally affirm shop PDD on the bull side.
Okay.
PLTR, Jan deep in the money, $12 calls bought here. PLTR.
By the way, guys, on your Shopify here, there's your target here that you want to hit 73.40 here. So I'd take some more off and then hold the runner. And then watch SPY here. SPY's trying to break down. If it doesn't,
I don't see anything of that size in PLTR closing yet for a roll, but it's possible. I'll keep an eye out throughout the day.
if you notice here, again, SPY will try to trap you. It'll try to trap you every single step of the way here. I think Shopify is going to fucking 74, man. Remember, this isn't a place that it's seen. Look at a fucking monthly chart on Shopify here. I don't know why, but Centerpoint, I can only look at the last 6 months here. If you look at Shopify here for the year, this is the first time.
I'll post a weekly chart. You want a weekly chart?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. You take a look at this exactly here. So this is no man's land up here. So you got a lot of situations where shorts could get crushed here. But again, you need the right environment here. So I would take some off, and if you're gonna hold, roll that shit. You know what I mean? Roll it, buy a 74 for next week or something like that. Hold some of the shit that you got, you know, and then wait for the next dip here. Wait for the next dip.
We did a scan about a week or two ago. We started to do a scan of companies that are actually growing in a decent way. Not too many. Obviously, Shop is one of them fundamentally.
Shop's fucking one of them.
So back on track here. Google, a little put action.
Take a look at the Google here. Google got some put action here, but it's small here. That PLTR is interesting, but again, it's a long-term little swing. Yeah. Plus they want to buy stock at 12. It looks like anyway.
Yep. Like buying the equity. And yeah, look, they bought up that dip right there, red to green PLTR.
Who's on the shop? I want to know.
Nice
Who's on the shop, guys? 73.70 here on the shop.
That was a nice call. Wow.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Go bye-bye.
Ask Chrissy Traces long pins. Wow. Taking my ideas. You better make some money on that shit. You better make some money. I want you to make some money on that shit. I want my daughter to make some money on that shit.
NVIDIA, some light protection.
Hey guys, as you can see, SPY didn't break down, so all that is more signs to buy more Shop here at this point. As far as the pins here, you're looking for 32.5 to really break.
Let's see, any more volume on pins? Let me check.
Nitric is saying I got long Shop stocks. Nice. Where's the Melly? By the way, Melly is now up 55 points.
Incredible. It's like a fucking ATM machine, that stuff.
That's a fucking crazy here. AMD tried to break out. NVIDIA tried to break out too. Notice these things are just kind of stuck in the wind here a little bit. If you looked at Amazon here, finally broke out here too. It's all this Black Friday, Cyber Monday shit here going on. These stocks look pretty juicy. I like SPY to go back to 455. Again, it's not going to be an easy trade at all. Melly is 1590, closing in on $1,600. And if you let's take a look at the Coinbase. Coinbase has been on a monumental run, bro.
Yeah.
Coinbase has been on a monumental run. And you know what?
Go ahead. What were we saying?
Now that you think about it, if Binance is gone, if you're a U.S. customer trading crypto, let's ask that question. You guys are U.S. customers. Most of you guys are U.S. customers. If you're U.S. customers trading crypto, where are you trading? I want to know right now. Go ahead and throw it out there. Where are you trading? You are a U.S. customer trading crypto. Where are you trading and what are you trading? Go ahead and throw it out here. And let me know if you're trading on the DeFi swap protocols at all, too. Somebody's saying MEXC. What the fuck is that? Oh, this is Mexico. Oh, Mexico Crypto Exchange. Okay. But then this one, you get the futures products. So this one doesn't qualify.
Wait. You could trade on that in America?
Nah, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I mean, maybe you
I
can.
don't think you can.
So
Or maybe you
Lex.
can, but it's not legal.
Oh shit! Is this the new one? So there's two people who said it in Mexico. Lex Trader. Are you in Mexico or you're using a VPN? Is that true? BTC futures and BTC spot on Gemini. Gemini's got futures.
I
Gemini's
got some
got
shop
futures, bro?
adding here 75s. I mean, could they be rolling up to 73s already or no?
Did you say they rolled up to the
I
75s?
don't know. I can't tell. I'm asking you. You think they would roll them up already?
100%. 100%. You got something that's working here. You just lean into it.
So you got some money coming into the 75s here now. I don't see much of any closing action on those 73s yet.
Oh, this is going to get closed, guys. Listen, I hate to tell you guys, but this Mexico exchange right here, they're going to get closed. They will get closed. They will get closed, and you at some point, if you're the U.S. customer, they're going to KYC you. And if you do not do that quick enough, yo ass is grass on this shit too. So be careful.
That's what I mean. How do you fool around in this
Be
stuff,
fucking
guys?
careful.
Yeah. What the?
Lex Trader is saying he uses the Mexico joint with no VPN too. Comedy here, guys. Listen, if you're doing this,
playing with little money or something,
it's fine. It's fine. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. All I'm saying is just trade your shit and take the money off exchange. Okay? Trade your shit, take the money off the exchange. Trade your shit, take the money off exchange. Trade your shit, take the money off exchange. If you leave the motherfucker in there, if you leave it in there, remember, this is a Mexico jurisdiction. You understand what I'm saying? This is a Mexico jurisdiction. They don't have the same regulations of the U.S. If you're a U.S. customer and you're not even using a VPN to come in here, it is a matter of time. It is a matter of time. All right?
Reminder here, in about 2 minutes' time, we're going to get the release.
Transfer that shit out. Every few weeks is not enough, Lex Trader. Every few weeks is not enough because once it's ready to go, you will not have a few weeks to get your shit out. All right? I'm just saying.
This reminds me of, Luke. See, you're not familiar with this because you don't really bet the bowl games. Back in the day when gambling was illegal, this is what we used to do.
Exactly.
What I used to do to bet the bowl games.
It's all the same shit.
All that shit.
It's all the same shit.
Yeah. And the same thing like you're saying. If you let your money sit there, all those people lost everything. They lost everything. That's crazy. What else we got here? A firm, a little small tack on.
Kramis is talking about the perpetual swaps on DEX, right? So you can go to DYDX, let's say, and you can trade perps here. This is a DeFi protocol, right? So you can go and trade this shit over here. And then this, for now, is a much safer way. But again, you can't get the cash out. You got to send it to a regular. Exchange. Now, the problem with Binance right now, you got to send to Gemini here. Binance right now is getting lit up. It's getting lit the fuck up. So I moved everything to Gemini and Coinbase here because you can't even do USD deposits. You can't even do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So get on the DEX tools. If you guys don't know what the DEX tools are, I don't know, man. You should pay me.
10 seconds to do home sales data. Looking for 723,000.
Housing numbers coming.
Oh, that's gonna pop it.
679,000.
There you go.
This is the 723 estimate. That was down 5.6%.
There you go.
Month supply rising to 7.8 months.
Yo, Kramis, that's not a bad idea, man. I seen this sick ass crib in Bitcoin City. It looked like something that was straight out of Bali, bro. I've never been, man. I want to go.
So housing numbers coming in soft. That could be taken as a bullish thing right now. All right, soft data, Fed closer to cuts. It's gonna get interesting at some point if we continue to see soft data when it becomes a problem, but I don't think it is right now.
John Smith saying he got stopped out of Shopify. I mean, I'm not surprised, bro. I'm not surprised. If you look at, I mean, that tape.
Median
That,
sale price coming in at 409,300. That was down from 419,000 last month.
geez, you better get up in them landfills, man. Try to find that fucking. Try to find that
Seasonally
stick.
adjusted estimate for new houses for sale at the end of October was 439,000.
Housing prices are actually coming in.
435,000 prior.
Roku. Check Roku, bro. Check Roku. 99 here. It's squeezing out every last fucking short.
Roku. Fucking Kathy Wood, baby. Kathy Wood. What name was I checking out here? Hold on a second.
Lagarde saying ECB is keeping a close eye on exchange rates.
Corning, you got December 120s in a sweep. Look at this guy, CAAP. I think this is another Argentina play. They've been scooping these guys up since that election, actually going into the election.
Wow. Look at this thing. Holy shit. This thing's trading like a fucking. So this is airline? What is this?
Yeah, this looks like an airline out of there. But all these names, these Argentina plays, they've been buying actually right before the election, almost pricing in a win from that dude, and they've been buying them ever since.
Wow.
And they've had some big pops, as you can see. The other name they've been buying was that YPF. Remember that? YPF? That's the oil energy name. Yellow Peter Frank.
Wow.
Wow.
Is this Argentina too?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. You got a pullback here on Shopify. You get a pretty decent pullback here on Shopify. You could go for round 2 on this one. You're getting a 73 and a quarter here. You're getting a good one.
Affirm new highs. Yeah, definitely we're all the momentum action this morning. Shop, Affirm. You had some dip buying in PDD, which has earnings, and PLTR. You got some
Fire coming in Cabo.
Let me see this one. Etsy, what is that? A put sweep in Etsy? There's been some bull flow in Etsy recently. It looks like a little protection there now. With time, though, June. Fucking coin. Here's that coin December sweep into strength. Oh, man, that coin, too. Nice pop off that order a couple minutes ago. See some volume coming in.
Cheese is saying, I've been trading for 7 years since I was 18. First year profitable, got a solid playbook, long journey. So far, turned 3 into 23. Almost over PDT, staying disciplined. Watch you every day, man. Thanks for the props, man. I appreciate it, man. Keep it going, man. Keep it going.
Yeah. A little more bull flow in that Geo. We've been seeing some bull flow over the last maybe month.
Yeah. By the way, casually speaking here, this Melly is almost up 60.
Casually speaking.
Big dump here on the Lucci here. One IV
On the
is
what?
saying big dump here on the shop. This has got to put
Ah,
point dump here. Shop from the highest. You got your dip if you like it. This is starting to get a little weird now though. One IV is saying, "Yeah, man, for 10 years, I know you. Thanks for being a real helps big time, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, bro." Comments like that I need right now.
yeah. But see, there are people who appreciate the honesty, the openness, and I mean, they don't come much more open than you.
I'm adding to the pins. Adding to the pins.
All right, Chris here is adding to his pins trade, but you're on a swing though, yeah,
Yeah, I don't gotta add. I gotta slow down.
yeah, because you want to.
I'm a swing it.
If you're swinging it, you want to add on the dips.
Yeah.
You want to add on the dips.
Hold on, I gotta right back to this.
Yeah, I appreciate that one, IV, man. I really do. Kind words here, man. I appreciate it. Momo scanner here on the radar. Here we got the Google puts. Any put you gotta be wary of. You gotta be wary of in this fucking tape. Check out that Roblox. If you take a look at the Roblox here, kind of coming back. Remember, it had a highs of 40s from back.
All right, let me just send this out before I forget. A little more PDD buying for numbers. Keep an eye on that name if you're interested. Post earnings, any little dip. If they didn't cook the books, they likely come in to buy any weakness in this PDD. Again, it's in that Shopify Melly Arena, the China version.
Had an alert on square over 60, 35.
Squeezometer a little bit cooler, down to 67.
Shop here, nice pop here for anybody who bought that dip. By the way, the Melly is now officially up 60 fucking points. Just thought I'd drop that in there.
Continue to throw that out there, make everybody nauseous.
I mean, you know.
And you got the our anti-VIX with a nice little rinse.
John Smith scoop long shop 80s and 90s. Wow. Now the man is long biased. Interesting, John Smith. I'm not talking shit at all. It's just interesting how our our reads change.
As far as internals, you had VIX strong off the open, has been seeing weakness since. VVIX, which is the vol hanging in there, something to keep an eye on. Strength might be a prelude to a little bit of weakness. What else we got? Credit spreads soft on the morning, so they're not looking too bullish, but nothing major. Again, pretty quiet internals. I think we see underbelly outperform here. I know I've said that, but I could be wrong. ARC, some bull flow, December 1st, 46 calls. And Kathy Wood. So weekly 46 calls. You got opening activity there. ARC.
Richard, do me a favor, man. Can you send us an email? My guy will reach out, and then he'll give you all the details that you need. Spy here, 455 for anybody who took that spy shot there. You had to hold on it for a while. Here goes your highs now. Again,
Nice
they've been doing this. They've been doing this every fucking day. Yeah. Program here to trap the shorts and then shake them out. By the way, check out the shop. Nice dip by here back to 73.5 there too. Great is saying, does that scanner produce signals for Q and SPY? Of course, man. Of course. That's what it's there for. John T is asking, what's underbelly?
underbellies, under the hood type stuff. So not the heavily weighted, most active mega cap names, right? More of a stock pickers, squeeze type market.
Yeah.
Right, so a firm is underbelly. Even shop is underbelly, right? Where Apple, Nvidia, Tesla, and those names aren't underbelly. Wow, another good-looking bet here in Micron. They've been leaning into Micron recently here.
The Micron I think is set for. I think you see this thing over 80, possibly fucking 90, man. Because if you look, let's do the same exercise, right? If you look at a year, 2 year chart of Micron, by the way, you're seeing a lot of the similar things. You will see that this thing has been doing absolutely nothing for 5 years now. You know what I'm saying? And if it, I see it getting to what, 90s, at least 85 on some swing type shit. And it's looking pretty
and
good.
You've been buying in size with time, right? So here you got Feds, and they've been accumulating July calls over the past, I would say, week maybe?
Yeah.
So it's with some time there. Keep that in mind.
Great is saying, Lucci, can we get some of those signals, please? I trade cues, bro. If you want the signals, you know how to get them, man. Get up in the room, son. Get up in the room, son. Get up in the room, son. Get up in the room, guys. I mean, again, you can get all these signals all day, and again, I mean, they keep running. So even if we have afternoon moves, and again, what he's talking about, or the signals is he talking about, is basically like a way to read the feed. It's kind of like a way of doing less work, right? I mean, people want to just do less fucking work in general here, right?
And
so
what it is, Luke, it's you take the time. You're looking for the setup and the alert or the confirmation that they could be important, right?
Exactly.
So that's kind of how.
So you could talk about it in terms of confluence, right? I mean, you guys already have your signals, and you want things that add to the strength of what you're looking at. You know what I mean? So if we have SPY sweeps and Q sweeps in a row on the call side, and you got buying on fucking Amazon and all this kind of other stuff, well, damn it, you'd probably be pretty confident looking for a dip buy on SPY and things like that. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how we use it. And again, all these signals here are going to adapt to your strategy. They don't work. The way that you use them is not the way that I use them. The way that Jesus used them is not the way that I use them. So you need to spend some time with them as well. So again,
here's the way I look at it, and maybe it makes sense to you guys, and maybe it doesn't. But the way I look at it, this whole game, anybody who talks uncertainty in this game, is full of shit. There's no such thing, right? You can't trade off any indicator or signal in itself and make money every time. If it was that easy, there'd be a lot more people than us doing it, right? So the way to properly look at it, everything is probability and odds of happening in this game, right? You buy a stock, it's got a 50% chance of going up or going down at that time you see a setup, okay? If you have the confidence in any of these alerts, right, via flow, sentiment, positioning, whatever it may be, to bump those odds, even just 60-40 in your favor of that direction, that's an edge. That's what people refer to as an edge in this game, right? An edge is not 98% win ratio. An edge is finding something that tilts the odds just that much more in your favor. And if you properly manage your money the correct way, you'll end up finding consistency and profitability, right? So that's the way you got to approach things. And I think so many people don't. They want that crystal ball. They chase unicorns, and it's just a waste of time.
Great. If you take the trial, you get direct access to the tools. So yeah, man, of course it'd be possible, bro. Get in the room, bro. You got direct access to those tools. You can do whatever the hell you want with them. And on top of that, you can do your own data analysis on half this shit, right? So if you want to flag certain orders, if you want to create your own filters, you can do whatever the fuck you want with this
It's
stuff,
only
man.
2
I don't give a
weeks, by the
shit.
way. I don't know any trial like there's 2 weeks. I'm not counting my own book here, but 2-week trial is a lengthy trial. You could see if in that 2-week process if it's worth your while or not.
Exactly. Shouts, folks talking about this Roku, man. You got to pull this up, bro. You got to pull this up. You got to pull this up.
So this is up 6 right now, Roku.
Yeah, you got to pull this up, bro.
Wow. God. Look at that. No let up. God damn. Was there news on Roku? Wait, Roku's a TV streamer, right? Yeah, it's not Black Friday. What the hell's the news today, Roku?
Moving Trader is saying started in 0 DTE puts on SPY. Okay, so Moving Trader is going for the is going for the short.
Oh, I got cleaning people here. I got a zoo here today. I'm just gonna mute you intermittently if it gets a little rowdy, just for the moment. What do we got here?
Silvers, I agree. I agree, Silvers. I agree.
You got a little squeeze nibbling in the weed play TLRY. Again, just some nibbling if you want to get your eyes on it. If you're interested, see if any more action comes in. They're buying weekly $2 calls, and it looks like March 2.5 in Tilray. Usually, when we start to see these names get littered with flow, and I wouldn't put this in the littered camp, but when we start to see multiple sweeps, that's usually the tail end, right? When they come after the shit of the shit.
Most pants is taking out the high of the day.
Luke, you're doing some traveling coming up, right?
No. I mean, I've done it all, bro. I went to Aruba. I went to Vegas. I went to Orlando. Orlando was hectic, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying in the flight process, even though it was short flight with the airports and shit.
Yeah, it was a pretty big mess.
It's a tough time of the year to travel to the zoo. Marvel puts, that's a semiconductor, WDC, and that's peanuts. Another name you guys want to keep an eye on is W. We've some real nice buying in that name. Some squeeze action coming in here weekly. The ticker W, Wayfair.
John T. Nah, I ain't gonna know. Barbershop is asking, is it $4,000 for lifetime membership? We could discontinue the lifetime membership, but let me run a check on that for you. Are you considering that though, Barbershop? Shopify went back to highs, by the way. It did go back to highs and now faded off. I still think this is a great long.
So W, you got weekly 51 calls. Call it 1,500 in opening activity. And W weekly 55s, 52, and 50s also getting a little attention.
It's
might be rolling.
side trade is saying it's the most bullish time of the year. Let it rip. It's the most bullish time
Of the year.
of the
Ding
year.
dong, ding dong.
So we should actually make a song out of that shit.
Good. I was just thinking the same thing. Who's
And
gonna
then
sing?
you
Not
should just
me,
keep
you.
going. It's the Shopify, it's the
We can write the
Amazon.
lyrics, but
You can buy it all.
I don't think people want to give the
And
Brooklyn version accent, Brooklyn accent version of it.
was that Sinatra?
Was it? I don't know.
Who sang that shit?
I'm sure plenty of people have sang it over the years. I don't know who originally sang it. Sinatra could do some damage with it, though, I'm sure. Let's see, what is this? Again, we're going through a little lull here, some quiet.
Yo, Barber, my guy Matt here is gonna hit you up, man, and talk to Matt. Matt's gonna give you all the details that you need, bro. So click that link. He just dropped it there for you. It came from the Sang Lucci YouTube account. And just hop on a call with Matt. He'll give you all the details you need, bro. UG Front is talking about Etsy. Yo, it's not a bad call. It's not a bad call on that Etsy. Richard Vargas. Katie is still around. Absolutely. Katie is still around. He might even be lurking up in here right now. Katie, what's up, Katie, if you listen to him? Andy Williams. Andy Williams. That's who sang the song. Let's well, if I pull up the song, then it's gonna copyright the shit, and then we can't. No love. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for the AM here. We got about 8 minutes left till we move over into the room here. Again, I still like the Shopify long. I still like most things long here, as long as the market doesn't sell off, which I highly doubt it will. If you take a look at the Roku here, Roku is still trading up here. If we do a walk around the club here, let's take a look at some banks here. Banks are dead. If you take a look at oil is starting to lean back higher. If you take a look at CVX and XOM, not really doing much. Oil, I think we're still waiting for some inventory numbers. Maybe not. I don't know.
Let me see. I have it handy. Hold on.
You got the Amazon topped out at about 149.25. Again. And then let's take a look at the Affirm. Affirm hit $30. Affirm hit $30. This thing's up 4 points today.
Yep. Yeah, Affirm and Shop, definitely the hot action off the open.
No doubt. Guys, if Shop can hold around 73.5, 73.60, I still think you can get another move in the afternoon here over 74. So keep an eye on that one. FedEx is kind of interesting, down 4 points here today, but I don't think anybody gives a shit here. UPS down. MasterCard and Visa, by the way, have been two amazing moves in the last couple of weeks here.
Now, let me ask, why are they down? Because of buy now, pay later?
No clue. I got no clue on that one. Spotify here almost at 52-week highs. Again, we were talking about that early this morning here. SPY retracing that move from 10 o'clock there. Again, looks like shit.
Yeah, Ozzy in the room pointing out that Apple has been soft the last couple of days. Again, you might see these mega cap names as a source to finance some of the other laggards. Kind of like to Lucci's point, you have names like a Shop that are at levels, breaking levels they haven't seen in a while. The money's going to come out of the mega caps if they're looking more and more towards those names. Again, that doesn't mean they crash, but they
underperform versus a name like a fucking Affirm, which is up 20% today single-handedly. If you take a look at SPY, nice. Anybody who faded SPY on those highs there, that's looking pretty good. It's looking like a decent trade there. We retraced. Did I just say retraced it? We retraced.
You got a little, and that's just the word little, SPY protection surfacing. It looks like the 1127 454 calls. Getting a little attention into this little fade.
All right. Other than that, guys, we got about 5 minutes left. Make sure you hit the link to get over into the Steam Room. Remember, you got a couple of weeks here free trial. Remember, we just incorporated our Gex tool in here as well. Now, what the hell is fucking Gex here? Okay, let's talk about this for a second here. This is something that Norse also kind of did a little class with you guys on. Just to break this down here, nice and simple here for you. Basically, this is a tool that shows your gamma exposure here. And the gamma is exposure here from the dealer perspective, which are the market makers. This is very important for us to know when they need to hedge and when they need to buy back stock, short stock, buy calls, sell calls to offset some of the buying that we're doing, right?
Yeah.
So
for those of you not familiar with, not too familiar with the option world gamma and all that, think of it again like support resistance levels. But these are not just levels based off history and price action. They're actually based off where hedging needs to take place for market makers.
Right, exactly. So if we look at SPX, which again, a lot of you guys are zero DTE fucking junkies here, and if you're going to be a zero DTE junkie, you got to have the fucking best tools at your disposal here. This, I think, is a game changer for a lot of zero DTE traders. And again, like you get to these call walls, you get to these put walls. These are all things that we teach you how to do, and we show you how to do in detail when you get over into the room, and we all use them here in real time. Okay, so again, this is another tool that we just built into the room here to give you access. Anybody who shorted and stuck around too long here, you see what happens to you. Spy here all the way right back, just like it's just another game. If you take a look at the melee here, 55 points. It's up. Roblox is still continuing here. If you look at the Roku here, 101 and a half on the Roku here. So again, market does not want to go down. We are holding. They're going to range bound you. And that's the deal.
Yeah, it's more of a rotation is what it looks like so far.
Albert here saying, "Hey, Lucci, are you doing a fall master course? I bought the course through the Centerpoint discount, but it was like in May. I watched the MC, but live is the goal because of the class setting. Class is coming real soon, bro. Class is coming real soon here. Let me confirm though. And again, like if you bought the course, you already have access to the guys. I'm assuming here." But let me make sure here. Your February looks like to be the plan for.
You got some VIX selling you're hearing in the background.
So Albert, February looks to be the plan for the master course here. Which name are you talking about, Jesus?
No, VIX. Vol selling,
VIX.
selling coming in.
Gotcha. So home sales were actually down.
Yeah.
Home sales were actually down. Ain't that some shit? Let me take a look at this thing. Let me take a look at what they actually.
You could buy some real estate.
Nah, man, I'm just very interested about what's going on in real estate right now.
Yeah, that's
very, very interested here. So home sales scams ramp up. How you get a home sale scam? What?
I don't know. I thought the real estate market's pretty frozen. Who's scamming? How are they scamming?
I don't know. Let's see. Fraud here. FBI received almost 12,000 complaints with losses of over 396 million.
Jesus.
Yo, scam life is fucking
it's out of control these days.
Scam life is at a fucking high, man.
Yeah. Everybody's always scheming these days. Always scheming.
Fucking scam life, bro. All right, guys, we got a minute left. You guys know what to do here. They'll leave the screen up here with all the information and details here you need to get over into the Steam Room. All right, we'll be back around mañana.
Mañana. Have a good day, everybody.
And we'll catch you around the way.
Mañana trabajo.